For generations, the image of a farmer opening the floodgates and soaking a field in water has been romanticized as a sign of abundance. But viewed through the lens of modern business, this practice is a massive operational leak. You are literally bleeding money into the dirt. When you flood a field, water spreads uncontrollably across the surface. Instead of targeting the actual crops, you end up hydrating vast empty tracts of soil lying between the plants. That spilled water carries a direct financial penalty. It breeds unwanted weeds that steal vital nutrients and require expensive manual labor. Combine this inefficiency with rapidly falling underground water tables and skyrocketing labor costs, and this traditional method becomes a guaranteed path to bankruptcy. The necessary technological upgrade to fix this leak is drip irrigation, locally known as tapak sinchay. Implementing this setup immediately cuts operational water usage by 60 to 70. 21st century, farmers must stop viewing their land as a gamble with nature. The modern farm has to operate like a precision startup, where every single drop of water is deployed as a calculated investment. To understand how those savings materialize, we have to shift our perspective from the surface of the farm to the underground architecture. A modern drip irrigation setup requires a grid that covers the entire footprint of a field. The structure relies on a central pump that pushes water through large main lines. These main lines then branch out into smaller lateral pipes, running parallel to every single row of crops. This diagram shows the critical mechanism making it all work: the emitters. Instead of soaking the topsoil, these tiny valves bypass the surface entirely, releasing water drop by drop directly into the plant's root zone. The adjacent soil stays completely dry. Because the delivery system is a closed loop, you can inject liquid fertilizer directly into the water flow. This process is called fertigation. The nutrients go exactly where they are needed, absorbed instantly by the roots rather than washing away. Delivering fertilizer this way reduces total fertilizer costs by up to 30%. And because the empty soil between the plants remains bone dry, surrounding weeds are permanently starved of moisture. By utilizing a targeted, closed system, a farmer entirely eliminates the secondary costs of collateral damage. You stop paying for weed overgrowth, and you stop losing capital to nutrient runoff. Of course, deploying precision hardware in a chaotic, open-air natural environment comes with specific vulnerabilities. The primary mechanical failure is clogging or choking. Unfiltered dirt and heavy minerals can easily block the microscopic holes of the emitters, shutting down the water supply to the plant. There is also an unpredictable biological threat. Field rats actively seek out water sources, and they will chew straight through the thin plastic lateral pipes to get a drink. To protect the system, you have to invest in high-grade water filters at the pump station and maintain rigorous pest control across the entire field. Clogging and rats are real maintenance headaches, but unlike an unpredictable drought or a flash flood that wipes out an entire harvest, these are predictable, manageable operational expenses. The ultimate barrier to entry, the reason more farmers hesitate to adopt this, is the massive upfront capital required for the hardware and installation. The initial setup cost requires an imposing 50 to 80,000 rupees per acre. However, government subsidies absorb a massive 80 to 90% of this cost. Additionally, with constant stress-free hydration, overall crop yield and quality spike by 20 to 50%. Combine the lowered input costs with a heavily subsidized setup and significantly higher yields, the financial timeline is highly compressed. The system pays for itself entirely within 1 to 2 years. The immediate action plan to execute this transition is strict. Get your soil and water chemically tested, consult a verified vendor to design your specific grid, and contact your local agriculture department to lock in the subsidy. Smart farming through drip irrigation removes the guesswork. It shifts agriculture from a traditional gamble with the weather into a mathematically predictable, high-yield enterprise.